Right, good afternoon. Right, part two of doing my Diva wall hanging. As you can see, I've been playing around. I can't quite get you all in. I think that's about as far as I can go. Yeah. So she's still got her backing paper on, so that is the very last thing that I do. Okay, so what I've been doing is going through my gel printed fabrics. These do not have to be gel printed, okay? They can be any fabric that you've got, basically. Yes, I'm just sort of picking out pieces and parts. I wanted to lighten up the background a bit. Now this looks a bit odd, but the tree, I'm going to overlap it here and it's going to come out over here. I had a half moon half moon printed half moon up there, so I'm going to put that there. She's going to sit under the moon, and these bits here, because they've got that design on them, I thought I could machine stitch up here and really highlight the leaves and turn them like into flowers, basically. And then, so I've done one either side. As I say, when I get round to doing the tree, it'll overlap that anyway, so that's fine. I really liked on my other, she's gone to a new home now, so all I've got is photos now. I really liked her sat on a plinth, so I sat this one on a plinth here. So I've done the same for this one. I think that just gives it presence then. So yeah, so she's going to sit on this green one because she's going to be kind of like a woodland diva fairy thing, whatever you want to call it, goddess. Yeah, so I'm just sort of playing around with placement, and I thought I'm not filming this, and this is the bit you might want to see. So I just thought I'd put the camera on, and yeah, we'll go through it. Yeah, I'm quite tempted to split those, cut them up there and have them split. I think that'll look a bit nicer. So let's do that. I've got the leaves here somewhere. Which I've now lost. Ah, there they are. Yeah, so I've got all these leaves. I don't know whether to do a tree with loads of leaves on. It could be an option. Anyway, they're going to go on. That'll be the last thing that goes on. I've got out these pens as well. They are acrylic pens. So if I need to put in some detail, I will do. But at the moment, I'm not sure what I'm doing with it really. But as I say, I just thought I'd show you this. I'm just playing around with stuff. So I've grabbed out all the bits and pieces that I've got. And it's just a case of playing and layering and yeah, just playing. I'll put this on double speed, I think, because otherwise it's going to get a little bit boring for you guys. As I say, this does not have to be gel printed fabric. It can be just printed fabrics. So yeah, I'll speed you up now. Right, I think that might be enough actually. Down there anyway. So the next plan of attack would be to stitch these down basically. So yeah, I say just play around with your background. I say if you've only got printed or like, you know, commercial fabrics, that's fine. You will find, and I know you will, you'll find stuff in your stash. If you don't have anything like that, then just kind of wing it really. I mean, there's nothing to say you can't sit with an acrylic marker pen, like a what are they called, Posca pen, and sit and make your own fabrics. You don't have to, you know, you don't have to do anything really. Do you. Now I'm just gonna cut that straight. And just have her sat on top of that like that. And then yeah, anyway, as I say, just play around. You do you, and you'll get there. I know you will. I might make that do for this one because I need to get on and do a load of stitching. I'm really tempted to put one of these circles on there. Yeah, I think I will. And then I'll think about how I'm going to do the tree. I don't know whether to do it with couch down yarn or yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but it needs, obviously it needs more definition and all the rest of it. And when I do the yarn, actually I might put it on in a minute, but I like to put a bit of wadding at the back, because when you start stitching, obviously if you know stitching, when you stitch wadding on the back, it just gives it a whole different dimension. So yeah, so I'm going to carry on playing for a little bit because I can see there's gaps there and I don't want that. So I should just trim this one down. Doesn't need to be full length, but it does need something in the background there. Because I don't want to see that background. That's better. Ah, no, it's not. Okay, maybe she can come down a bit then. Maybe I'll put that way. Put her there. You were seeing the square bottom. Don't want the square bottom. Maybe it doesn't need that now. Oh, see, you start fiddling. It'll change, I've got no doubt. But that's the beauty of doing this stuff. You can change it however you want. I might put that there. Okay, so my next stage on this would be to pin it. Get a load of pins in. Let me do that. Let me just grab my pins. They're behind you. 2 seconds. Oops, sorry. Bumped you with my head. Apologies. Just need to pin it roughly, basically. If you've got a spray glue it. I should have bought my glue pen up, but I forgot. So, and some of these fabrics are really thick with paint, so I'm to shove quite hard. Just so that when I carry it to the sewing machine, it's not all gonna fall off, basically. If you've got a really bad memory, take a photo before you take your diva off, your goddess, whatever you want to call her. But I think I'm going to be all right in placement because I know she's got to sit there right in that gap, basically. So the pins are a pain to work around, but Yeah, I guess you could take a photo, print it off, and then you know, kind of like what I did with this. You could do the photo, and then you'd know exactly what you're doing basically. But otherwise, just do what I'm doing, and then I know exactly where she's got to go, so she can come off now. And I'll just pin that there. I like that as a moon. I was going to use the blue one, but I thought it'd be too dark. So, yeah, if I need it, I've got loads of fabric left now. So, you're always going to find bits. See, I'd like to put those on. Anyway, we'll get the basics done first. We'll get that stitched down, and then we can always add. So, yeah, well, I hope you're following along. I hope you're finding this useful. If you want to make something like this, it's all about the planning. It's well, as I say, is it planning? It's all about just sort of letting your imagination go and not being too stuck on stuff, really. And again, you can always add. Yeah, see, I was going to use that one, the blue moon, but I like that one better. Yeah, and when as I say, when I do gel printing, you know, I love making sheets like this because, you know, you can cut that off, and I could have that as a plinth, or, you know, I could do a heart, or, yeah, you can just put on whatever you like. I like them to be quite sort of, I won't say neutral, because, you know, this one definitely wasn't neutral, but yeah, just play around with stuff. Cut holes out of fabric, because this was a piece of fabric with holes cut out of it. So that one there, that was a piece of fabric, and those holes were out, and I just made the most of those holes. You know, free motion embroidered the background, found a spot, free motion embroidered around it, echo embroidered. Again, you know, just play. So that's my next bit. I loved you. I still can't find that diva, that goddess pattern. I obviously didn't save it on Pinterest, which is not like me. I usually save things all the time. I am going to change the shape of this, so because it is bothering me. I much preferred that shape, but I just can't find her anywhere. I will carry on searching, probably in vain. So there we are. That's part 2. She is the last thing I add. Okay, I'll just tell you that now. She is the very last thing. I get everything done, unless I decide I want a branch to come across, but then I can put her on and always add another branch or something. So there we are. I hope you're enjoying this. I've already said that, so I'm going to stop waffling, because I am going to start waffling. I'll see you on the next part. Bye.